Right now on KGW, we're tracking a weather impact alert day with heavy rain and high winds expected to hit the Portland metro. The impacts you can expect to see, as well as your full forecast as we head into the weekend. Plus, a local high school evacuated after a gas leak. What's next for students as investigators try to determine the cause. Then another major hearing that could determine if the Trump administration can send National Guard troops here to Portland. The latest we're learning ahead on KGW News at noon. Well, thank you for joining us this afternoon. I'm Corey Johnson. We're tracking a few breaking news stories right now and a weather impact alert. But first, a federal judge is weighing whether President Donald Trump's plan to deploy the National Guard here to Portland can move forward. This morning, U.S. District Court Judge Karen Emmerget heard 90 minutes of arguments over whether to lift her second temporary restraining order, blocking that deployment. Now, the Trump administration is asking her to dismiss the order, while the state of Oregon and city of Portland argue it should stay in place. Today, a government attorney clarified that President Trump's plan would only involve about 200 Oregon National Guard troops and would not include troops from California or Texas. Judge Emmerget said she will not issue a ruling from the bench, but she hopes to have a decision by Monday. Meanwhile, the Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals is considering whether a larger panel of judges should rehear the case over the first restraining order. Now, that comes after a 2-1 ruling earlier this week cleared the way for troops to deploy. And we're also following breaking news right now out of Washington County. Aloha High School has been evacuated because of a reported gas leak. This is a live look at the high school right now. Now, fire crews with Tualatin Valley Fire and Rescue are on scene, along with the Washington County Sheriff's Office and Northwest Natural. We know students and staff are not being allowed to go back into that building. Parents were told to come pick up their children around 11 this morning. And buses were also used to take those students home. Now, still no word yet on what exactly caused that gas leak. And we'll continue to monitor this situation and bring you the latest updates as they come in. But we're also tracking a weather impact alert. Chris McGinnis standing by with a look at your forecast headed into the weekend. Yeah, 2 weather impact alert days today and tomorrow. And of course, we're kind of in the thick of it now. The rain has arrived. It has been intermittently quite breezy across the Willamette Valley as well. So the need, obviously, to just use some extra caution on the roads. We're going to start getting some puddling and ponding out there as the rainfall rates pick up throughout the rest of this afternoon. So here's a look at radar right now. The green meaning generally light rain, but there are some pockets of yellow where the rain is falling at rainfall rates at the order of a tenth to 0.15 of an inch an hour. So this is a pretty good soaking. And this line of rain, this atmospheric river, if you will, a fire hose that's pointed right at Northwest Oregon, continues to extend back out over the open ocean here. So you can see that we've got hours of steady rainfall to work our way through for the remainder of today. Newport so far has picked up just shy of 3/4 of an inch of rain. It's been raining there since about 5 o'clock. Astoria not far from that. We've measured 1/4 of an inch here in downtown at our KGW studios on Southwest Jefferson Street. Here's a look at futurecasts as we go through the afternoon. Again, steady, moderate rain over the area through the afternoon commute, it looks like. We will eventually get a lull in the action overnight tonight, and then we'll wait for round 2 to come in tomorrow, along with some gusty wind. For right now, you can see the breeze flapping there. South winds right now sustained at 23 at the airport. It's 57 degrees right now at PDX. And temperatures will probably kind of hold steady for the rest of the day today. The steady rain will continue for several more hours, and then we go into more rain tomorrow. And of course, lower snow elevations in the Cascades as we get into Sunday as well. More on that coming up in just a few minutes. All right, Chris, we'll see you in just a bit. We're also tracking developing news we first brought you yesterday morning on KGW. Blazers head coach Chauncey Billups has been arrested and indicted in a FBI probe into illegal gambling. Now, Billups is facing federal conspiracy charges related to money laundering and wire fraud. Billups made his first appearance in federal court yesterday afternoon. He's accused of taking part in rigged poker games that investigators say used high-tech tools to dupe players out of money. While he's currently out of custody, Billups has surrendered his passport, posted a substantial bond, and is now banned from gambling.
It's shocking, I think, how wide-ranging it is. I mean, Billups being a Hall of Fame basketball player first and foremost, I imagine that, aside from probably losing his coaching gig, he'll be banned from the NBA.
And that was just a sample of the shock we heard yesterday as the news of Billups' arrest made its way through Portland. And with the Blazers slated to play the Golden State Warriors at the Motor Center tonight, there's a lot of questions around what's next for the team exactly. For starters, the Blazers released a statement saying they're aware of the allegations involving Billups and are fully cooperating with the investigation. Tiago Splitter will take over as interim head coach. He joined Billups' coaching staff in June. Splitter has been an assistant coach in the NBA with stops in Brooklyn and Houston, and most recently was the head coach with the Paris Basketball Club. Now he's tasked with putting the Blazers back on track. Tip-off between the Blazers and the Warriors is set for tonight at 7 o'clock at the Moda Center. And we're also taking a closer look at the world of sports betting. Experts we spoke with say since sports betting was legalized, it was only a matter of time before someone from a team was accused of getting involved. Alma McCarty has the story.
Once confined to a Vegas casino, sportsbooks have spread.
It wasn't legal in all the states until more recently, and so about 6 years ago, we start to see that broaden.
A Supreme Court decision changing the game.
That opened the door for states to legalize various forms of sports betting, casino-type betting, mobile-type betting.
And the cash, experts say, has been rolling in ever since. Here's Mark Conrad, a professor of law and ethics in this field at Fordham University.
Lots of money is being bet. Lots of money is coming into states. Certain monies are coming into the sports betting companies. And of course, the sports leagues and teams are also profiting from this.
More money, more gambling opportunity, and more of a chance for players or coaches to potentially sway the outcomes.
You just need the wrong negative element to get involved, and all of a sudden you start to see this pressure being applied to these athletes.
David Weber with University of Oregon Law says more obvious schemes that may have come up in the past, like players throwing games, have changed to more minor manipulations.
Now we have this rise of a bet called a prop bet, and a prop bet is more of a side bet rather than who's going to win or lose. It might be who is going to have the first foul, or who's going to get a yellow card, or who might be under in terms of point totals, rebound totals, etc. And those can be fun, but they're also much more easy to manipulate if you're a player.
While the NBA and other leagues have systems in place to monitor gambling, Weber believes they'll hand down harsher punishments to deter this activity.
I think that the more we start to see this, the more the leagues are going to be very worried that their product is a real product, that it is, in fact, a competitive game and the outcome is undetermined. So I think we're going to start to see the leagues start to impose draconian measures in terms of significant penalties.
Alma McCarty, KGW News.
And make sure to stick with KGW. We'll have continuing coverage of Billups' arrest right here on air, online at kgw.com, and on our free TV streaming app, KGW Plus.